Ever wish you could bring your ideas to life online without spending weeks or thousands on a developer? Imagine a tool that gives you the freedom to create, launch, and grow your own app, no coding needed. Whether you're building for business or fun, it's time to save big on both time and money. Ready to discover how? Let's dive right in. Let's talk about Bubble, a platform that lets you build powerful web apps without needing to write a single line of code. What makes it special? You have complete freedom to design and customize your app with a simple drag-and-drop interface. Plus, it's cost-effective, making it a great option for entrepreneurs, small businesses, or anyone who wants to create an app without the heavy investment. From startups to scaling, Bubble is designed to grow with your needs, giving you the flexibility to bring your ideas to life fast and affordably. Before we dive into the main part of the video, click the link below in the description to receive a special offer from Bubble. Today's video will be a basic guide to getting started with Bubble, so you can create a complete app. You can access the marketplace and choose from a variety of templates available: task management templates, dashboards, social media templates. These will give you a head start and simplify the process. However, in this video, I'll show you how to get familiar with Bubble without using any pre-made templates. To start, first click on Create an App. I'll name mine Designer Dashboard. You can create your own and go through the setup process. Once you're in, you'll see the interface. Let me give you a quick 30-second tour. In the center is your project, where all your pages live. The top bar has a bunch of tools for managing errors, arranging things, previewing, and deploying your app. On the left, you'll find the main tools, the Design panel, which contains elements like layers, the Workflow panel, where you'll manage logic and interactions, the Data panel, and a Style panel for reusable styles. There are also loads of plugins you can add for extra functionality. Before we get any further, let's talk about one of the most important aspects of Bubble: layout. Layout in Bubble is simple because it uses CSS Flexbox, which is similar to Figma's auto layout feature. Instead of dragging and dropping elements freely, Bubble relies on Flexbox to stack elements in rows or columns. Let's build a basic login screen to demonstrate how layout works. You'll see we're working on a page called Sign Up. This page acts as a container or group. By default, it uses a fixed layout, but that won't work for us, so we'll switch to using CSS Flexbox. You can choose between a row or column layout. Let's go with column, meaning elements will stack vertically. After selecting it, you'll get options for aligning content at the top or bottom. One key thing to remember about layout in Bubble is the parent-child relationship. The parent container controls the behavior of its child elements, and children have some flexibility within those rules. Keeping this in mind will make layout in Bubble much easier to understand. When you're building web pages or applications, there will be plenty of instances where you just need everything to be centered. Thankfully, this makes that super easy by centering the content on the vertical axis. That's exactly what we need. We'll now organize groups so we can see it better. Click on Group and drag it into Interface, or clicking directly on the group. It's time to apply some styling. If you head over to the Appearance tab, you'll see the Styles section. Remember when I mentioned the Styles panel on the side earlier? It comes into play now. I've already created a few reusable styles, but you can also create new ones from scratch. We'll apply a reusable style that I like: a clean white background with a subtle border. Just like that, the box is styled, and this keeps everything looking uniform throughout the app. Consistency is important. Trust me on that. Now, regarding layout behavior. Previously, I mentioned that child elements have some flexibility. For this project, we'll keep it aligned dead center. This is crucial for making sure the design remains responsive across different devices. All right, let's get some elements in here. First up, we'll go over to our visual elements and add an image. I'll start by uploading the logo. Once that's done, it's as easy as dragging it into place. Now that the logo's in, we can manage its size. We'll adjust the width. You can tick the box, make this element fixed width, and adjust the height if you want to control the width and height within a min-max range. or directly set a specific number. We also want to maintain the aspect ratio, so it scales properly across different devices. Let's make it bigger, maybe 75 pixels. This will look more balanced. After that, I'll adjust the margins to position the logo more appropriately. Let's now add some text to our Sign Up form. Dragging in a text element works the same way as before. Now we can choose the details to fit appropriately, and we'll keep repeating this process as we build out the form, ensuring each element fits perfectly into the space we've defined. That's essentially how you keep everything aligned while building out your app's layout. Next, to create an additional text field, simply press the copy and paste buttons. Then, adjust the font size, color, and position to make sure everything fits nicely. Keep repeating the process of pasting the text fields and adjusting them to create user input sections, such as name, personal email, and password. Pay attention to spacing so that the sign-up box looks as professional as possible. This is where the advantage of Flexbox comes in. Flexbox simplifies the process of aligning and distributing space among items within a container, making layouts more flexible and responsive. It eliminates the need for floats and positioning, allowing for easier vertical and horizontal alignment of elements. Next, simply drag and drop the button element from the elements tree, and we can easily create a Sign Up button, adjusting it just like the text fields mentioned earlier. Be mindful of the spacing to ensure the elements are evenly distributed, and also consider the color scheme. Ideally, the button color should complement the logo's color, enhancing the overall aesthetic. However, this isn't the last element we need to add. We still need input fields for users to fill in their information. In the Elements tree, scroll down to the Input Forms section, select the input field, and drag it into the space for the Name field. You'll need to adjust the content, including details like font size, position, and color, to make the sign-up box visually appealing. Once you've fine-tuned these elements, you can speed up the process by using copy-paste for the other fields. Just remember to carefully adjust the spacing and positioning to maintain a clean, professional layout. During the editing process, you can click the Preview button at the top left corner of the screen to see the progress you've made. Since my sign-up form is still missing a few steps, I'll continue editing. After updating the input fields with the correct labels for user information, don't forget to adjust the content format so Bubble can properly identify the data. For the email field, set the content format to email, and for the password field, set it accordingly. Once the initial adjustments are done, you can preview your work again to see the updated result. After finalizing the design, you can test the form by entering sample information. Once all the fields are filled in with the correct format, clicking the Sign Up button results in nothing happening. This is expected. Why? Because we haven't added any logic or workflows yet, which is the true power of Bubble. Unlike typical website builders, Bubble is for creating web applications. So now we'll focus on adding functionality. Start by clicking the button, and let's talk about data and workflows. I'll quickly navigate to the Data tab. You can see that we have different data types. Currently, we have a boards data type and a user data type. I've already created some users manually to speed things up, and you can manage users just like this in a database, similar to using SQL databases. Now, let's talk about workflows. It might seem like a boring tab, but once we click on workflows, we can do a lot. To get started, let's head back to the Design tab to trigger our workflow. I'll grab the button and double-click on it. You can see we have the button selected, so let's add a workflow to it. There you go. The button has appeared in the Workflow tab. Now, hovering over it, you'll notice we can start assigning actions to this button. There are many options: plugins, analytics, and even payment integrations like Stripe to take payments. But for now, we'll keep it simple and do something related to the account. We're going to sign the user up. It will now prompt us for some key details to sign the user up. First, We need the user's email. Click here, and we'll grab some dynamic data. We'll use the field Input Your Email, which refers to the input field we set earlier. When we say Input Your Email, we're referring to that form field. Now we'll grab the value from it, and that's the dynamic data we're going to use. Next, we do the same for the password field. We'll grab the input password's value. The name could be a bit clearer, but that's okay for now. There's also an option for requiring password confirmation and sending a confirmation email, which are useful features. Now that we've set those up, let's jump back to our preview. You might notice that the page prompts us for an update, so let's quickly refresh. Once that's done, you'll see that we can now successfully create a user. Once we hit Sign Up, you'll notice it seems like success, but nothing seems to happen. Well, something did happen in the background. Let's head back into our project. Go to the Data section. We should see the data for Sophia added to our database. There we go, Sophia is now in the system. However, you'll notice that she doesn't have an avatar yet because we haven't given her that capability. She's in the database, but nothing else occurred after sign-up. Now let's add the next step, navigation. Let's open up our workflow and say that after the sign-up, we want to send them to the index page, which is our home page. You could send some data along if needed, but for now we'll keep it simple. Let's come back and test it out again. This time we'll sign up as John Wick. We'll put in a password and hit Sign Up. Bubble will now input John's data into the system, and it'll log him into the application, taking her to the home page, which in this case is a dashboard we've already built. Now, he's part of the system, logged in, and ready to use more functionality. In summary, we've learned the basics of creating, reading, and updating content in our web application. These functions are fundamental in web development, and Bubble makes them easy to implement. There's so much more you can achieve with Bubble. The real question is, what will you build with it? Since this video is time-limited, if you'd like me to continue providing more tutorials about Bubble, feel free to comment below. And if you find Bubble to be a truly useful tool, why not upgrade your account and enjoy an even better experience with Bubble? Bubble offers a range of plans to meet different development needs. The free plan is great for learning, featuring essential tools like a development version, API connector, and 50,000 workload units per month. The starter plan, priced at $29 per month, is perfect for MVPs and small projects, including everything in the free plan, plus live apps, custom domains, and basic version control. For growing user bases, the growth plan at $119 per month adds premium version control, two-factor authentication, and 250,000 workload units per month. The team plan, designed for scaling businesses, costs $349 per month and includes additional features like sub-apps, 500,000 workload units, and support for 5 app editors. For enterprises, a custom plan is available, providing maximum security, centralized admin, and dedicated servers. And of course, by using the special link in the description, you'll unlock an exclusive deal to enhance your Bubble experience even further. Thanks for tuning in. If this video brought you value, be sure to hit the like button, share it with your network, and subscribe for more content like this. Don't forget to click the link in the description below for exclusive access. Try the tool out and drop your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next one.